Hi, my name is William Hobbs, and this is my little tribute to Larry Norman. It's March the 5th. On February the 24th, just over a week ago, Larry Norman passed away. I've been a fan for about 20 years. I'm only 34. Actually, tomorrow's my birthday, and I'll be 34. So I'm not the typical Larry Norman fan, but I was introduced to his music when I was about 13, 14 by Dave Nickerson. He was the youth group leader when I was in public school, high school, and lifelong friend. He was into Larry. He got us listening to Larry. Some of us, anyway, got me listening to Larry. And then shortly around that time, Home at Last came out, a new album. Before that was just old stuff, and you couldn't find it anywhere. And if you could find it, you grabbed it because there might be a tape in the store. So whatever you could find, you grabbed. But then he started coming out with new stuff. Did Stranded in Babylon. That was an awesome album. My favorite of his that I found on tape in Sudbury, Ontario, Something New Under the Sun, an album that got me through high school. It's blues music, and it was just a comfort to know that there were other Christians out there who got sad. I got to see him in concert a few times. I'm happy I've got that. I'm happy that I've got all this stuff, as proof that he was here. Got my picture taken with him, proof that I met him. I don't know, you just want to hold on to things like that. Maybe it's weird. My one regret is when I was in high school, I wrote a story, and I took the lyrics from one of the songs off Something New Under the Sun, and I sort of interwove it into the story. And then after high school, when I went to college, I took radio broadcasting, and I dug that story out, and I turned it into an audio piece with Larry's music, the song sort of cut in between the story parts, and it's got sound effects and stuff. And I always thought, I should put this on a CD and send it to Larry just to let him know how much his music meant to me. And I never did. And so that's my one regret. But what I want to do is I want to play it now, and I'll take the camera around and show all this stuff, just so you can listen to it, and so I can say that I did it. Here's my story. It's called Dead Flies. It's about a girl. Aren't they all?
I hate when flies die on the ceiling. They just hang there. Their wings stick out and their eyes bug out and they collect dust. But they just hang there. It's amazing what you notice when you're depressed.
I feel like dying. I've done all I can, but I lost my woman. She ran off with another man.
It's been over 2 years now. Not that I'm counting the days. I don't want to torture myself. All because of a stupid dream, too. I'd hardly even noticed her before. But then about 3 weeks after we met, I had this really weird dream about her. So I figured she'd be worth getting to know. And she was. She was great. Never felt so comfortable with anyone in my life before her. I never asked her out, though. She didn't have a boyfriend at the time, and I never thought about what would happen if she suddenly did. I just wasted my time.
I think I'm dying. I'm feeling
crazy. I never realized I was really in love with her until she started going out with her first boyfriend. I remember when I saw them walking together in the hall. I felt so stupid. I felt so alone.
Well, what am I gonna do about it? What am I gonna do? What am I gonna do about it? What am I gonna do?
I started writing her letters and notes. Big mistake. She must have thought I was retarded. To anyone who cares, letters create more problems than they solve, if they solve any. I didn't know what else to do, though. Half of me was saying that she and he were forever, and that I would feel really bad if I still had a thing for her 30 years down the road when she's married and I'm still banging my head because I'd never told her sooner how I felt. The other half was saying 3 months. I got a little worried after the fourth. I think the worst part was that her boyfriend, I told myself, was my double, and that by a freak accident of fate, my wasting time, she had ended up with the wrong me.
I feel like dying. I got nothing to lose. I know I need something, but I do not need these blues.
I didn't feel very comfortable around her after it all started. Actually, I felt like running or becoming a wall when she was around. I'd see her and my heart would start beating faster, and I'd get a lump in my throat, and my legs would start walking in the opposite direction. I'd have just enough time to crack, "Hi," before I'd taken myself away to bang my head against a wall. Summer came and went, and I expected her not to want to talk to me, but I was wrong. First day of school, she came up and said hi and asked me how my summer had been and if I'd help her with her computer course next semester. I babbled something. I was really surprised that she wanted to talk to me, and I'm stuck in that mindset, and I can't talk to her. I try, but every time my heart stops and I can't breathe and I have to leave. I feel so stupid.
Oh, I think I'm dying, and this is the end. I need an answer. Oh, I need a friend.
Surprise, surprise, she's going out with somebody else now. I think she does it on purpose, just to make me miserable. First she goes with somebody I don't even know, so I think she hates me. And then when I finally figure out that she doesn't hate me, and I get used to her having a boyfriend, she dumps him and starts going with somebody else that I do know. So now I feel stupid for wasting my time again. After what she's put me through, we'd better get married, or else I'm going to have to start looking for somebody else.
Well, what am I gonna do about it? What am I gonna do? What am I gonna do about it? What am I gonna do?
I had a dream the other night that she called me. She asked me if I was mad at her, and I started to answer, but I suddenly lost my voice. I couldn't say anything, and I couldn't hang up. I could hear her breathing on the other end, waiting for me to answer. I wanted to cry, but all I could do was breathe. I woke up fast. It's like that in real life, too. She talks to me, and I can't say what I really want to say. I stay up at night practicing what I'm going to say, and I pray for the opportunity. But then when I try to talk to her and I actually start to feel comfortable, somebody comes along and interrupts, and she leaves or I leave. And then when she talks to me, I can't say anything. I think I'm scared that when I say it, she won't care.